It is utterly futile to resist, guys. It is a folly exercise. Everyone's out here resisting. They don't even know they're resisting. It's like, you guys don't have a choice. You're here. You've been brought here kind of against your will, in a way. You wanted to come here, but also it was like God kind of implanting the idea in you that you wanted to come here. So that's why, like in a lot of NDEs, when people go to that place and they glimpse it and then they come back, a lot of them will tell you, I wanted to just stay there. I wanted to just I'm like, this is no, I don't want to go back to that tumultuous hell, this earth that we've all incarnated into. I wanted to stay up there. It was so nice and warm and fuzzy. And then the angels and the beings and the guardians and all of the manifestations, varieties of little soul sparks that are God are like, no, you got to go back. So it's like, you don't really have a choice in all of this, guys. You think you do, and we do. When we're here, we're living our lives through our own POV, and we have our choices, okay? And I've said before, you really only have choice over one thing in the grand scheme of things if you zoom out far enough, and that's to be in alignment, to reach union, to be in the non-sinful place, or to do the sin, to be detached, to endure and perpetuate more suffering for yourself. So it's like, those cop shows, right? Like the show Cops, or like even videos where like people are getting arrested. You're like the perpetrator, right? And they're trying to arrest you, the cops. And they're like, don't resist, bro. And like these guys are like always like resisting. They're like fighting. They're like clawing. They're like, just like, and they're just like wrestled to the ground and like forcefully put under arrest, right? Well, that's you. You don't understand that you're doing that. Every moment that you're not in the flow, every moment that you're resisting what is literally in this moment, you are basically under arrest, and you're forcing, and then and like it's like the cops forcing you to be still. Like, chill, man, chill. That's what you are. You're thrashing. You're a petulant little child. You're a whiny baby sucking, like asking to suck the mom's tit. Wah, wah. To life. That's what you're doing. Every single aspect of your life. This isn't going my way. You've become the victim and you've internalized this resistance. You just see people, you don't like them for whatever reason. You're just a bigot maybe at heart. You got a bit of racism. You got a bit of this or that. I don't like homosexuals. I don't like this, whatever. What, it can be anything. You are a little bitch child. You're a baby. You're basically still an adolescent. You haven't matured to the awakening, to the understanding of how this life is meant to work. And I like being kind of forceful in this message, guys, calling you guys little bitches and little babies and little whiny brats, because you kind of are. And when you see it, you're like, he was right, man. I was a little bitch. And I was too. So it's like, I'm not casting no shade, bros. It's all good. And dudettes, it's all good. You'll find it. You don't have a choice. That's why I keep saying your enlightenment and your awakening is coming for you, whether you realize it or not. Whether it's in this life or the next life or a dozen lives from now, you're going to see it and you're going to realize it. And then it's going to make sense. It's going to be like, I remember this non-resistant place. I remember that I really don't have a choice, because it's like God's like, when are you going to settle down, child, my son, my daughter? When are you going to settle down and just nestle yourself in the bosom of life? When are you going to flow with it? When are you going to stop resisting and fighting it every waking moment of your life? Because that's all you're doing. The miraculous, the amazingness cannot come into your path in a resistant state, guys. Maybe it can 1% of the time, but that's not where like the vast majority of this miraculous, amazing synchronicity kind of shit is happening. It's happening in the flow. It's happening in that brief moment of stillness that you're resting in, and then you're noticing outside of the mind. It's the mind that resists, guys. And sometimes it can be your feeling, but often that feeling is coming from a thought, which is a resistant thought. You can have a resistant feeling too. It's just kind of like your intuition's like, I don't really want to go through this. I don't know. And it's trying to point you on the other direction where you can be more at ease. But then also, guys, you enter into a place where it doesn't matter what the external world looks like, and you're still in a non-resistant place. Someone's about to kill you and you don't really care. You're just like, okay, I gotta deal with it. Maybe there's a twinge of fear. Maybe there's like a twinge of self-preservation and wanting to survive or whatever, and you gotta run. But when you're in this place where like you are truly aligned, truly in union, then you see the mirage, the illusion for what it is. And there's like really no need to resist anything anymore. Doesn't mean that you don't have choice. It doesn't mean that you can't resist consciously. I can choose to resist, and it's coming from a place of power now. I'm like, I don't want this to happen, and if I have influence, I'm gonna do it. That's how it works. But the resistance that everyone is bought into, it's like this powerless state. It's like, oh, life is happening to me. Oh no, and like on my live stream yesterday, I'm just like, life is just like beating you into submission. God's just like freaking throwing haymakers, uppercuts and shit. And you're just like, just getting blown the fuck up. And you're like, I submit, God, I submit, like, please stop beating the crap out of me, Well, God, why isn't my life turning out the way I thought it was going to turn out, God? Why is this all got to be so hard? Everyone asks themselves those questions when they're going, it's like when you're going through the amazing times, when you're on the roller coaster of life, right? And you're hitting the peak. You're not asking God, hey, why is life this way, God? You're not like, oh, I'm so grateful, God. No, it's when shit hits the fan that you're like, oh, God, oh no, someone's sick, someone's dying, please, God, help them. Oh no, God, I'm in trouble. Oh no, I need money, I need this. Oh God, please help me. You see what I'm saying? We're hypocrites. We don't realize it. Where's the gratitude for when you have the reality that you're asking for? Be grateful even when you're in that lull. Say, I'm thankful for this bed that I have to sleep in. I'm thankful for this morsel of food that I have. I'm thankful for the breath that I have. I'm thankful that I can still see, because God can make you blind in an instant if you felt like it. You guys don't get it. That every aspect of yourself that is allowed to participate is a blessing, the highest blessing, that he literally gives you breath and animates you all the time. And you think it's you doing it. You don't got shit. It's how naive and childish you are, that you think you're in control. You ain't in control of shit. It's coming for you, whether you realize it or not. So don't resist, submit. And people don't like the idea of submitting, because then you think it's outside of your control. And what you realize is that it's already outside of your control. You think you're controlling anything out there? Someone driving the car down there? Someone's driving. When you go to sleep and the whole world continues on without you, you think like you're in control of anything that's out there? You only have influence over this tiny slice of the pie, the tiny little consciousness bit that you are, your little thoughts and your little feelings and your little whatever, your little illusory story. That's what you're deriving your sense of control from. And everyone is so POV, like mind fucked with like the blinders on, that all they see is their own little problems all the time, and it's hounding them everywhere they go. Don't you want that freedom? Well, submit. No, Darius, I don't want to submit. I'm not going to bend the knee to God. There's no entity out. God, it's not an entity outside of you. That's the thing. You guys think I'm telling you that God exists outside of you, and that you're submitting to God like he's like some king, and God is the king, obviously. God's the queen. God's everything, okay? You're submitting to yourself, dudes. That's the mind fuck. You are submitting to your own internal state of peace that wants to flow with life, where the beauty exists. Oh, how beautiful this life is. Darius, I don't see it, man. I don't see, you keep saying everything's beautiful and amazing and powerful. I don't see it. Well, how can you when you have resistance every fucking step of the way? It's like a pet, and you got the leash on, and pet just wants to stay, but you're dragging the fucking pet along, and every step of the way the pet's fighting you. That's you. You're the petulant little pet that doesn't want to move, that doesn't want to ease into the flow of life, doesn't want to surrender, doesn't want to submit. And that's why I've pointed out before, in Islam, the nature of their prayer is perfection, guys. They are forcing themselves, they are making themselves, through the physical ritual act of prayer and submission, multiple times a day, they get it. You could get rid of all of Islam, and if that's the only thing that they kept, that would still get you to that place if you realize the significance of that ritual. Even Christians, they bow and they, pray and do that stuff too. But like in Islam, it's like we are aware of it on our consciousness. Time to pray, guys, and then like you face east or whatever, or wherever it is, west, I don't really know. Doesn't really matter. You face towards Mecca. I guess it's dependent on wherever you are in the world. So, am I going to keep fighting? Am I going to keep resisting this life before I finally wake up? And that doesn't mean that even me, who's like in this place that's, giving you advice from this place of understanding, doesn't mean that I don't occasionally have resistance, guys. No one's perfect. Even Jesus, even Muhammad, even Buddha, even the greatest chosen ones have experienced resistance even after their final clarity. But you recognize it very quickly for what it is. It doesn't dominate you anymore. You see it, you're like, what's the point in me pushing against this? You're just pushing, you're constantly trying to push, no. Like, when are you gonna get it through your fucking thick skulls? Stop saying no and say yes to anything in your reality. That's all, guys, that's the only place it can be. That's why I keep saying do the meditation and the prayer, because the more you do that, the more you root yourself in this present moment. The blinders come off, and now you reach a union state where you are everything, and how can you not flow into the everythingness of life? You see the nature of what this separation is that creates the illusion, that creates the resistance. So if you see through all of it, and you see that everything is you, and you have that firm understanding, then how can this person that comes into my path not be perfection? Even if they're twisted and deranged, they're still perfect for you in that moment. There's no need to resist it. You can course correct, you can go or move around, you can go around them. You have choice over how you interact in the world, but you're not creating an enemy out of every aspect of your fucking life, whether it's a person or a situation or an object or a job or anything. And then you're going to say, okay, Darius, well, you were saying how much you hated your job. And it's like, yeah, after a while, if there's a constant internal resistance and it's like your feelings and your intuition making it known to you, then you can make the change. But while I'm working that 9 to 5 in the middle of my day and I'm talking on the phone to somebody that's really a nasty piece of shit, I'm not gonna resist it. Do you see? It's like while you're in it, you're not resisting it. Then afterwards, if you wanna like observe and like do some reflecting and say, hey, that day didn't go the way I wanted it to go, or that day just didn't feel right at certain points. I wonder why that is. Oh, it's because it was just too much negativity, and if I have a choice over leaving it, then I'm going to logically. You see what I mean? It's like while you're going through it, try and surrender as much as possible. But then afterwards, if you know that you can consciously choose a different path, then why would you keep like forcing yourself to endure this like unnecessary suffering? It's only going to bring on a different sort of suffering, guys. Just because I quit my job and I took the leap of faith doesn't mean that like I didn't endure a different versions of suffering. It's like, oh, you're not suffering in your job, but now you're going to suffer in a different aspect of your life because since you're not working, well, your 9 to 5 is opened up. That whole period of time, you're doing something else. And whatever you're doing is going to bring on illusory shit. So if you're not in this like anchored state of being, then it doesn't really matter what that external looks like. You're still going to be suffering and you're still going to have to surrender to it ultimately. Do you guys get that? Doesn't matter whether it's Monday or Tuesday or Saturday. Saturday, I'm not working. Yay, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Okay. And then your mom comes over and she's talking shit to you. So that's another form of suffering, isn't it? You're not liking that your mom's talking shit. When are you going to give birth to my grandchildren? Why aren't you making enough money? Can you come over and watch your dad for you because he has dementia? And you're like, I don't know, Mom. Can't you do it? I don't know. This is just like whiny shit all the time. So if you're not working your 9 to 5, and that's the hell that you're experiencing, you're going to experience it any other time because your own personal disposition is just going to be in a suffering state. Every single reality that comes to you is just shit. Unless it's like one little thing that you're okay with. You're like, I really like playing video games. So if it's like when I'm playing video games, I'm in heaven. You just sit there and you're like, I can numb myself. I don't have to pay attention to this external world. I'll just get lost in this illusory reality of the video games. And you're playing your video games. And la 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 la. And what you don't realize is that through doing that, you're creating even more suffering on that outside when you're not in that video game state. When can I go play my video games again? When can I go watch that show again? When can I go have that drink again? When can I go eat that food again? When can I go have that sex again? When can I go look at that porn again? It can be anything. And so you're creating this dichotomy, this split. You don't like this. I can't wait till I get back to doing that other thing that brings me more joy. Or it's an addiction that eases this suffering state. You see what happens? I keep doing this stuff, and then I create the habit, then I create the addiction, and now when I'm not doing that, now I'm suffering because of the very thing that I thought was easing my suffering. The evil cycle, the paradoxical, cyclical cycle of hell. And you got to cut it at its root, man. And you're going to do that through the meditation and the prayer. Or at least just sit down and think about it, man. Evaluate your lives, guys. Where do I have resistance in my life? Go over your day. Was there a time where you were about to take the train or the trolley to work and you saw some person and you had these nasty thoughts about them? You're resistant in that moment. You're judging them. You're condemning them. It's one thing to notice certain aspects of people. It's another thing to be like, oh my God, look at those tattoos and piercings. What a gross person. Oh my God, how could they have those tattoos? And maybe you even like tattoos, but they just don't have the types of tattoos that you like. So you're like, ew, what a cringe tattoo. Or like, oh my God, like, I can't believe they're black. Oh, God forbid God created someone that was black with black skin. The amount of like nonsense and suffering that race has had to endure because people are just such utter fucking corrupted bigots in their hearts. They can't see past it. So yeah, a lot of suffering going around, a lot of suffering being served up out there. And it isn't even like with an intention of suffering. We could have a peaceful, blissful earth if we wanted it. And it's like ever since the fall from grace, ever since the story of like us splitting ourselves into two through like the Garden of Eden and like Adam and Eve, that whole thing. Ever since then, that was like the first point that like started perpetuating all the suffering. And it's accelerating, and now it's reaching a tipping point. And are we gonna wake up or not? Are we gonna self-destruct or not? It's on the precipice, guys. Like, don't ignore the signs. The earth is crying right now. The earth is shedding tears at our own delusion, detachment. It's like, well, I don't have any power over that, Darius. I'm just one person. It's like, who do you think elects the government officials? Who do you think is perpetuating any of this stuff? You think that you don't have a voice? Why do you think democracy is the shit? You have a choice. But even our democratic process in the US is corrupted now too. So it's like, what are you going to do? You know, and that's why you see so much resistance out there now. The protesting. It's a resistance. It's like, I don't like what I'm seeing. And then you're like, well, Darius, if we're not going to resist and we're just going to surrender to how things are, then stuff is going to happen. Yeah, well, it's like, that's what I'm saying. You have a choice. But if the very nature of your reality, you're constantly resisting that, then you're creating hell for yourself. Even if I don't protest and I don't resist whatever governmental stuff is going on that's out there, I'm still surrendered to whatever may come or doesn't come. Do you see? You can still have your little slice of heaven for yourself, even in the most tumultuous places. Like, oh, I guess this is just how it's going to be for this next few moments, and I'll let it go. Because everything is fleeting, I recognize that. I notice that everything is always changing. Even though it might feel like an entire day of hell, well, sooner or later that day comes to an end. or that week or that month. Before you know it, how many times do we look back on our lives and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe it's already June. I can't believe it's already July. Where did these last 6 months go from the new year? It's like I blink my eyes and all of a sudden I'm here. Well, that's how life is, guys. It's all very fleeting. While you're going through it, while you're going moment to moment to moment, it's all very much now. And it can feel like a long time. But that's why, like they say, time flies when you're having fun. If you're always immersed in this present moment, then things slow down. You're not like, oh, it's so fun all the time. Oh my God, where did this day go? It's like, no, I remember every single moment because I was consciously aware of every single moment. It's like your memory perks up, man. You remember a lot of different stuff that you never used to remember. Feelings, thoughts, ideas, situations, people. When you don't have like your faculties fully available to you, when you're like just kind of in the suffering state all the time, your body like automatically degenerates. And if your body is in this degenerative state constantly, then eventually you get older and like you fall into illness. It doesn't show up immediately. It takes time to build up in your body this psychic, ethereal, fearful, negative energy. It takes time to like settle in and manifest illnesses. It can happen quickly too. It can happen like one day you're not sick and the next day you have this massive headache that came from nowhere. It can happen that way too. But I'm talking about like the serious illnesses, cancers and heart diseases and all that kind of stuff that a lot of us are afflicted with nowadays. But some cancers were meant to get cancer, guys. Some people are meant to die. Like Ramana Maharshi died of cancer. Do you think that he couldn't have healed himself if he wanted to? He knew it was time to go, man. He's like, you know what? I already experienced this life. If I'm going to go, I'm going to go. You think if he had the will to live, he couldn't have lived? He was the most enlightened being, guys. He was the tippity top. He was just like this. He sat in meditation all day mostly, guys. And towards the end of his life, people were coming to him and asking questions, and he's telling them, and they're recording it. But from when he woke up to 17, 18, whatever, however old he was, and he went up in the mountain and just sat in meditation and was just like blissed out all the time. Yeah, for like decades, he was like that way. How much do you need to experience that before you're like, it's time to go? I'm okay with this cancer that's come in and I'm going to let myself pass. No big deal. We're all fighting to stay alive all the time. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing about the physical body. It forces you to fight. Because you have to eat. If we didn't have to eat and we didn't have to have sex to create more life, then what would we do? Right? Like okay, then you're like, oh, we'd create art, we'd do all these things. Yeah, of course, we would eventually evolve. But like the whole Maslow's hierarchy, right? That base layer, like the root chakra stuff, right? That base layer need to survive is what creates this necessity to do. I can't just sit all day or else I won't eat. I can't just sit all day or else I won't have children to perpetuate the human species. That's why you have such a strong instinct to have sex with people that you're attracted to. God embeds that in us because he's like, hey man, like let's keep this civilization going. Even before civilization, we were doing it. It's just a primal need to spread the seed for the male. And then like, so that's, it boils down to that for me. It's like, that's why like you're driving down the highway and you see these like billboards and it's like, oh, you need to get this car. And oh, look at the Big Mac, Darius. Don't you want the Big Mac? And it's like, it's for me, it always boils down to food, primal, and sex. That's what it is. So it's like everyone's out there looking for their mate. Everyone wants to get laid all the time. Everyone wants to like just, it's like we're pampering ourselves. We're fixing ourselves up to go out to get laid. Can't wait till I meet this person so that I have some comfort so I can get laid. It's all about sex and it's all about food. Very primal shit. And then you have people that are like not into food. And then they have people that are not into sex, like asexuals. And they're like, what are all these people lost in the sex for? I don't get it. It's like God creates different like perspectives of people So that we can see, like, hey guys, if they can live without sex, can't we too? And you can, but it's like, why not participate in it, man? That's why I say you zoom out till you get to the point where you're like, oh, I can come and zoom back in. You detach, you find your nothingness, and then you come back in and participate, and it becomes more full again. You feel fully, you experience fully. But if you're resistant, and if you're fighting, there's no fullness, because you're contracting. You're shutting yourself off from it. You're like, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to. No, Mom. No. Mom, I want that Kit Kat. Sorry, son. No, you've had too many Kit Kats today. Mom, I want that fucking Kit Kat. Give me that Kit Kat, Mom, or else I'm going to start crying. That's you. You want the Kit Kat. And the Kit Kat's anything. What's your Kit Kat, guys? What's your Kit Kat? What is it? Is it a new car? Is it a new job? Is it a wife? Is it a husband? Is it a boyfriend? Is it a girlfriend? Is it money? Is it things? What is it? What's your Kit Kat? And if until you get it, you're going to keep whining to God about it. You're going to keep, why isn't my life working out for me? You little whiny bitch. You don't realize it. It's okay. Bless you, child. Bless you, God says. Bless you, and be on your way. Stop bothering me with your nonsense. I'll bring you what you need when you need it. Shut the fuck up, basically, is what God's saying. And he kind of says that. How do I know? Because I'm saying it. Am I not God? Are you not God? Am I not just a spokesperson? Or is anyone not just a spokesperson for God? If I can think it, if I can express it, then it's coming from the divine, because the divine is everything. There's nothing that exists that isn't God. There's no thought, there's no word, there's no feeling, there's no nothing that exists that is not an aspect of God in you and in everyone else. And when you see that, you don't only point to the good for God. You're like, oh, there's the profanity and there's the intimacy and the nasty shit and like the fetishes and all the different weird stuff that people do. God's in that too. He wants to experience and taste all of that different shit. He doesn't mind. He likes it. He's like, it's just a different aspect of existing. Same reason each one of us are different. Each one of us are unique. You think God's complaining that you have tattoos? You think God's complaining that you have one leg? You think God's complaining that you're blind or deaf, that you can't see or hear? God wants to experience each of these things, guys. That's why they're the way they are. You're going to argue with it. That's why I'm saying there's no point in resisting. It's futile to resist. It's futile to, it's going to come. Your awakening's coming for you. It doesn't matter what you do or where you go. It's very paradoxical, I'm telling you guys. It doesn't fucking matter what you do. It's all pointing you back to the same thing. So he's like, how long do you need to suffer and resist until you come back to the path? The only path that exists, the true path. And the only difference is that one of the paths, you're consciously choosing the path, and the other one, you're on that same path, but you're unconscious to where it goes and what it is, chasing yourself in all of these extra external things. You're unconsciously going after all of that stuff. Why not consciously choose the best life for yourself? Well, I am, Darius. Once I get all these things and this money and these situations, it's going to be my best life. And it's like, okay, I can't wait till you get to all of those things. You do, maybe God does grace you with those things, and you still have this empty void inside because you just haven't found yourself. You're going to find the next carrot on the stick. You're going to find the next thing to chase after. There's always going to be something to chase after. Something. New car smell, right? It's the new car. Oh, I love the new car smell. There's a new car smell in everything. Every physical experience. There's infinite ones. And you might stay on that loop, on that cycle your whole life. And you might die still chasing the tit of God. Sucking on that tit of stuff. Good job. Good job, guys. Oh my God, Darius, you're so condescending. You think you're better than us. It's like, no, man. But I gotta put it in a bunch of different ways for you guys to fucking get it. To get how stupid you are. To get how fucking retarded you are. I was there too. I'm not saying I'm not retarded. I'm an idiot. Believe me, the amount of shit I did. It's okay. It's okay, man. Like I said in my other video, I accept my bitchiness. It's beautiful. I was a bitch. It's all good. No big deal. It's amazing. Because the whiny, bitchy, complainy, just whatever, there's people out there that are constantly complaining, guys. Complaining is a way of being to them. Those people are in utter constant resistance. It's normal to complain. I used to complain too. Oh, I'm at work. Oh, why are they doing stuff this way? Oh, how can, like, don't they see how stupid they are the way they're doing this? I could do it better. Or, oh no, like, why is, like, well, God, you're complaining to God all the time. All the time you're complaining to God. Why isn't this happening the way it needs to happen based on your own little, tiny little mind fragment that you think is what should be? You have no clue. You can't possibly know. God knows way better than you have any fucking clue what you know. So adopt the wisdom. Adopt the wisdom state. I don't know. God knows. I don't know, and I acknowledge that I don't know. God knows better. And what is this God? It is everything. It is your higher self, as they call it. Submit. Stop forcing. Chill. Chill, man. Be the chill dude. Be the chill dudette. Just chill. Whatever comes, like nothing phases you anymore. Whatever comes in your path, I got this shit. It's an attitude of I got this all the time. Oh, this thing came, no big deal. I got it. No big deal. It's all good. I love you, person. I love you. I love you all the time. Anything. I love you. Love, 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 love. It's an animal. It's a tree. It's a person. I love you. Hey man, what's up? Tell me about yourself. Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, I've had enough of you. Time to go. You know, you can just kind of like weave in and out. You just like take a little snapshot here and there of people. You see them, you don't see them, whatever. Who cares? You're just living life, man. And then you find your people, and then you find your situations. God's like, hey, they get it now. I can bring in these things because now they're not gonna be resistant to it. You know what's funny is that God might bring somebody on your path, and at first you have a resistance toward them, right? You know how you meet that person, you're like, I don't like them at first, but they grow on you. Well, God knows they're going to grow on you because eventually your walls are going to come down and you're just going to be in a better place to accept them for who they are. You're like, oh, they're not so different from me. They're pretty cool. I like them. Even if they have a few little small intricacies, idiosyncrasies that you just get stuck on. Who cares? Appreciate that. That's what I mean. You start to appreciate people's idiosyncrasies. You're like, wow, that's what makes them unique. That's amazing. I love that about them. And everyone has their own little shit. It's beautiful. Even you guys that come into my channel with your delusional stuff, I love that about you because it also gives me an opportunity to explain your delusion, to point it out as a pointer. And I'm not saying change whatever ideas you have, guys. You can adopt them, you can keep them. It doesn't matter. I have my own delusional shit. It's okay. It's okay. We're all delusional in our own ways. That's what belief is. It is a delusion on some level. Because what are you believing in? It's like when you say the word over and over and over again, you keep repeating the same word and eventually it just starts sounding weird. There's like a scientific term for it, right? That's what belief is if you look at it long enough, man. Any belief, if you look at it long enough, is kind of deranged. Because what are you ultimately believing in? It's something that's fixed. And how can you believe in anything that's fixed when God is eternal, God is everything, God is nothing? It's outside of anything that's fixed. So the very nature of like how your mind works is like a delusion in a way. So stop resisting, stop forcing, and your suffering is going to lead you back to the path. You don't have a choice. It is utterly futile, you resisting all the time, guys. Just let go, man. And if you see yourself in this resistant place, just like maybe try and remember like what I was saying, like, oh, am I resisting right now? Okay, let me try what Darius was saying. Maybe I'll go be still. I'll go within for 30 seconds and see what it does. And maybe that's the portal that you enter into that like takes you on a whole other trajectory in which you start entering the more awakened state. And you start noticing your thoughts and you start noticing the space between your thoughts, like Eckhart says. And now you're like well on your way to being in that blissed out state all the time, to being aligned with life all the time, to having this just unshakable peace wherever you go and whatever you see and do. It's amazing.